Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing all of the recent leaks and rumors surrounding Call of Duty 2020. Now obviously, some of this came out a couple of days ago, but every day more has been added to the story, so I'm actually glad I waited. As most of you guys know, COD 2020 has had probably the strangest development cycle since Modern Warfare 3, back when the original Infinity Ward team left, and then they had to bring in Sledgehammer Games and basically rebuild the studio from the ground up. That was a really weird dev cycle. But the one we have here for COD 2020 is pretty much just as crazy. Initially, it was said that the game was going to be a Cold War-themed game developed by Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software, but then development fell through for one reason or another. The two studios could not work together on one unified vision, which forced Activision to step in and appoint Treyarch as the new lead developer for the game, with only 9 months left before the annual October/November Call of Duty release window. That's definitely a pretty tall order, and initially, the rumors were suggesting that the game was going to be a reboot of the original Black Ops story in an effort to utilize all the Cold War asset work that was done by Sledgehammer and Raven, and it looks like that's exactly what we're going to be getting. Call of Duty leaker Okami posted this to Twitter, which shows that the name for the next game is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now obviously this is not the official art, this is very clearly the Black Ops 1 cover art with some text added to it, but remember that Okami has accurately leaked tons of information about Call of Duty in years past. In addition to this, news site Eurogamer backed up Okami's claim with their own independent sources, and they're claiming that yes indeed, the next game is going to be called Black Ops Cold War, and the game will essentially be a soft reboot of the Black Ops franchise, sort of similar to what we saw with Modern Warfare in 2019. Now previously, it had been rumored that COD 2020 was going to have a more heavy focus on Vietnam. There were going to be some Cold War aspects, but unlike the original Black Ops, instead of being basically all Cold War, it was going to be like 90% Vietnam with a little bit of other Cold War battles thrown in there. But remember that the Cold War essentially spanned across 40 years, and because of that, there were basically wars within wars, like the Korean War as well as the Vietnam War. So the name Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War does make sense, even if the game is going to have a heavy focus on Vietnam. In addition to this, it appears that fans are going to be getting a taste of Black Ops Cold War sooner than they expected, and that taste is going to come from Warzone, within Modern Warfare of all places. So some of the bunkers, as I'm sure you guys are well aware, have started to open with the recent update, and fans have been exploring these bunkers as well as glitching into ones that are currently inaccessible, and they've also been data mining basically everything that they possibly can, and it appears that a Soviet spy plane from the 1980s is going to eventually be found within one of the Warzone bunkers. It's also looking like as we get closer and closer to the release window of Black Ops Cold War, that Call of Duty Warzone is going to start to update and add more hints for the game, more teasers for the game, as well as more references to the game, which would make sense given Call of Duty's history of teasing upcoming games within their current titles. The claim also appears to be backed up by Infinity Ward's narrative director, who claims that Warzone is going to be the one constant within the franchise, and that they're going to be looking at Treyarch and their new game, and then they're going to be using that new game to further improve Warzone, right? So it's already been announced that Warzone is going to be a multi-year title, and since it's already really popular and free to play, there doesn't appear to be a reason why it's not going to be continuously updated and expanded upon year after year as each new game releases. It was also leaked a while ago that Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, and Raven Software are all co-developing Call of Duty 2020 on the exact same engine that Infinity Ward used to create Modern Warfare and Warzone, so it does make perfect sense that Black Ops Cold War content is going to slowly start to take shape within Warzone over the course of the coming months, and then into the full release of the game, and then even further on into 2021. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find all this information to be really exciting. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, the original Black Ops is my favorite game in the COD franchise, and now that we know we're going to be revisiting that time period as well as that universe, it was leaked a while ago, if you guys didn't hear, that characters like Mason and Woods are going to be returning. Since we know all this is going to be happening, I am really excited to find out what this game is going to be like. If you think about the Call of Duty franchise as a whole, going from the first game all the way up to Modern Warfare, we have had a lot of World War II themed games over the years. We've had tons of modern themed ones, especially if you count games like Call of Duty Ghost, and we've also had a bunch of games that were set in the future, whether it was on Mars with Infinite Warfare, or even in 2025 with Black Ops 2. We've had all these different games spanning across so many different time periods, but we've only had one game like the original Black Ops, and now it appears we're going to be getting a second. And as always, I will do my best to keep you guys posted with as much news and as many details about this game as humanly possible. I must say, as one final note here, I feel like the name Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is a mouthful, and they should probably reduce that to either Call of Duty Cold War, which sounds perfect to me, or simply call it Black Ops Cold War. But you guys know as well as I, it's all about the branding when it comes to the COD franchise. Having Call of Duty in the title is a big deal, and having Black Ops in the title is a big deal, just like having Modern Warfare in the title is a big deal, even if it doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, they released Modern Warfare in 2019, 3 years after they released Modern Warfare Remastered. How does that make any sense? No idea. Doesn't make any sense really whatsoever, but that's what they did because they wanted to cash in on the Modern Warfare branding, and I feel like the same thing's going to be happening this year, whereas even though the game is probably going to be referred to as Cold War, they're still going to throw both Call of Duty and Black Ops in the title because they want that brand recognition. But who knows, maybe things could change between now and when they officially reveal the game. Again, as always, I'll do my best to keep you guys posted as we learn more, but for right now, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving the video a like, leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.